Can Jimmy Butler and the Wolves coexist? Can they make this happen? Because this is a strange situation.
It seems to me that he's fed up with them and he wants out, and they're not letting him out. So he's lashing out. So hopefully they say, you know what, this guy's crazy. Let's get rid of him. He's a very intelligent individual. Just think about it. He's never been in trouble, never had something like this going on. So obviously this is probably part of his strategy. Okay, you guys ain't gonna let me out. Watch this. So, you know, again, it's probably, sorry about that.
Sorry. He doesn't have anything. Nothing important. More of Shaq disrupting the starter scripts tonight at 6 Eastern time. Right after we're done here on Game Time Live. You're looking live in Boston. Sixers and Celtics tonight at 8 Eastern time on TNT. You guys, that was Grant with sound effects. That's nicely done. We know the budget for sound effects, so that was good. You provide your own.
Yes.
You both played in your share of opening night games. We looked them up. We scoured the box scores for some of your best. Zeke, 1984 against the Celtics, 35 points, 11 assists, 6 rebounds, albeit in a loss.
Of course it was a loss. It was 1984. They had like 6 All-Stars. But as you can see, I was trying really hard. Yeah, I was trying to get it done. But I just didn't have enough at that point in time. But, you know, I did my best. That's all I could do every single night was come out and just try to do my best. But, you know, that Celtics team was, I think in 84, 86, those teams were considered to be 2 of the greatest teams to ever play in the
86 team in particular, yeah.
Yeah, so we had our hands full that night, and of course the Celtics won, but I tried really, really hard.
Most of the league had its hands full with the Celtics back then. Yeah. 15 years later, 1999, Grant playing in Miami that night, 41 points, 9 boards, 5 assists, also in a loss.
Yeah, well, I didn't have.
You didn't have a lot either.
But nah, that was my last opening night before I had a lot of injuries, and certainly always enjoyed playing down in Miami. Pat Riley coached teams, Lonzo Mourning, Tim Hardaway, always very physical. So you always had to bring your A game. I guess I brought it that night.
Yeah. Back in the horsehead teal uniforms as well.
Yeah, I never been
maybe not the greatest era of Piston uniforms.
Yeah, not the greatest, but you know what? They're kind of like the retro thing is like it's kind of in.
The retro
is in now, but it wasn't in.
No,
when it was in.
Right.
Sometimes things are bad, but then they're good when they come back.
So they say. Red, white, and blue is pretty darn good.
Pretty solid. Yeah. Gordon Hayward has waited a long time to play his first full game as a Celtic. We'll hear from him. Looks like the Jimmy Butler saga won't be solved before tomorrow night's season opener in San Antonio. After meeting with Timberwolves owner Glenn Taylor, the two sides agree Butler will play as the team continues to look for a trade partner, awkward as that might be. This was Butler after practice on Sunday.
They want me to go out here and hoop. To the best of my abilities, make sure I'm healthy. Compete, because that's what I love to do. Go up against the best, because that's what I love to do. And do it for the guys that's in the same jerseys as me.
Jimmy, can you tell us why you wanted to be traded?
No, I cannot.
Do you still want to be traded?
Maybe. I'm going to be passive-aggressive like everybody else is here.
Do you expect to be traded?
Maybe.
Okay.
There you go.
Can you play through
Maybe.
frustrations that are coming from your situation?
Me?
Yeah.
I go out there and play no matter what. I love the game of basketball. In between those lines, everything is pure. Like, whatever's bothering me, whenever I step onto that floor, whether I'm working out by myself, I'm playing 3-on-3, 1-on-1, it's basketball. Like, I don't think about anything except for getting a stop, scoring a basket, getting it, whatever it may be. I just want to win. So whenever I'm out there, it's all about winning.
So if you are with this team as the season starts and you're playing and things go remarkably well to start, could you see your perception of this franchise changing from making fun of all?
I don't know if I'm going to be able to dribble tomorrow. So I can't tell you what's going to happen in the near future. I don't know. All I know is I'm going to go home, eat me some lunch, make me my own latte because I'm good at it, and enjoy the rest of my day.
Is it a small group of teams that you'd want to be traded to, or a big group? Does it matter much?
Why y'all so focused on this trading stuff? We got a game in, 2 days?
Just tell us that you want to be here for the year.
No, tell me your social security number. Like, there's just things you don't want to say.
Oh, that was fun. Well, aside from lunch and latte, that was fairly cryptic from Jimmy Butler, who's careful, by the way, for good reason, not to talk about a trade demand because he can get fined for doing that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. For those of us who didn't play on an NBA team and weren't on NBA rosters, is this as disruptive as I think it is? Because it's the only thing anybody wants to talk about with regard to the Timberwolves.
Well, first of all, I kind of love his personality and his sense of humor there, and he's doing a good job of deflecting those questions. But yeah, I mean, it's a distraction, and we don't have the full story in terms of what's going on. I think it's a distraction in the sense that it got out and it was made public. Not the first time that people have gone to management, asked for a trade. Not that the first time there's just discord in the locker room. That's common. I always looked at a locker room as family, and just like with your family members, you're going to have your moments, but it stays within the family. And unfortunately, it's gotten out. So now it's going to be a distraction. It's going to be talked about. He's got to get used to being asked those questions and figuring out ways to not answer them in a way. But I think once the ball is tossed up in the air, you're going to play and you're going to get through that and you're going to compete. He's one of the best competitors in this league, one of the best two-way players that we have in basketball. So I think when they get on the court and they're actually in the midst of games and practice, I think it'll be fine. But I think there's all that swirling, all that talk, all that chatter and noise will be there until this thing is resolved.
I look at it, Grant, and I say, okay, what type of teammate are you going to be in the locker room? And I think all of us as former players and players, the one thing that we root for every guy to do is get paid, right? Mm-hmm. No one wants you not to get paid, not to get your money, so forth and so on. But at the end of the day, when you're part of the team, we also want you to be in the locker room down with us as teammates. Mm-hmm. Now, there's been a lot of stuff that's been out there about him criticizing other teammates, right?
Right.
And when you're doing that publicly, okay, that tears at the fabric of the team, right? And all of us have, been subject to verbal criticism inside the locker room. But when I'm a grown man and I got, kids, I got a wife, I got people, and then you out publicly criticizing me, that's a problem. So to think that you can walk back in the gym after you done publicly humiliated people, and now we're going to be cool and we're going to be on the team, and we're going to be team and we're going to be teammates and we're going to play together, that's going to be extremely difficult. Now, if you listen to Jimmy, what Jimmy is saying is that, I'm cool. I'm going to be all right. I can make my latte because I'm good at it, right? I'm a competitor because I'm going to do my job. I'm going to play. Now, everybody else, I can't speak for everybody else.
Yeah.
Now, the neighborhood and the environment and the coaches that I was brought in up under, it was about being teammates and being on a team and all of us working together. And the guy who was only about himself and can be that individualistic, my coaches that I played for didn't want that guy on the team and wouldn't let him on the team.
Right.
Now, my question in all of this is, how is Coach Tibbs going to handle this situation? Because it can't be just go out and do your job.
Right.
Because if everybody's going out and doing your job, but we don't get along as teammates, then we're not going to win. How do you bring this team together and how you bring people together to get them to focus as one? And that's what the coaches got to somehow figure out how to do.
But in the meantime, every game, every performance is going to be looked at through the prism of this 100%. Situation.
Well, my 100%. Question is, did he say that or did it get leaked out? That's the big question.
That he wanted to be traded?
It was reported, but in the sense that did he throw his teammates publicly out under, it's one thing in a locker room, and we can air dirty laundry, we can have a team meeting, we can sit and agree to disagree, and that happens. And I think sometimes that can be healthy in a locker room, when everybody's on the same page. But the thing that's alarming is that all this stuff gets out.
Everything gets out.
Everything gets out. And not just what he said to management in terms of wanting a trade request, but then when he comes back to practice and practices that first day and he's talking trash and all of a sudden that gets out. Mm-hmm. And so that's a little bit alarming. And to your point, could obviously will cause some dysfunction. But I don't know. I think he wants to be gone. They want him to be gone. It's finding the right person. I do think he will compete. But to your point, Isiah, you make a very valid point. Will they be as strong as they were last year with him on the court? Because they were really good last year with him healthy.
Yep.
And, you got some young players. And so it's going to be interesting. I don't know if you can manage it. I don't know if Tibbs can really successfully manage that.
There seems to be disagreement between the owner, Glenn Taylor, and Tom Thibodeau about whether they want to trade him. I mean, Taylor made it pretty clear, according to various reports, that they want to trade him right now and get beyond this.
I don't think Tibbs wants him gone.
I think Tibbs wants him there.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the whole thing.
And he's the president, the guy who's making these deals. It's all a fascinating web of storylines. Trevor Booker is among those fired up, excited about the NBA opening night like I'm on a roster.
That's funny. He's excited like me.
I'm excited too.
On the way, the long march toward a three-peat begins tonight for the Warriors. We'll go live.